I'm John, and this is Unique Wargaming. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is the weekly Wednesday Wargaming questions and answers. It's an off-the-cuff video, guys. What that means is I record and upload. There is no fancy editing skills. You won't see my intro at the beginning. I do have a transition button, so if there's noise outside of my control, as you can probably hear in the background, I can stop filming, wait for it to pass and carry on. Now I am filming in the house, in the new studio, as always. It was last month or so. So there is sometimes noise that I can't control for the rest of the house. These weekly Q&As are essentially, well, this weekly Wednesday is essentially Q&A. You guys ask me questions and I answer them. They are primarily model focused, and it's primarily Games Workshop stuff, of which is mostly 40k. There is terrain questions from time to time, and some general information about myself and what's going on, you know, in the studio and all that. But let's get the questions. Okay, do you use any magnification lenses on your models? I don't. The person that sent me this question also said to me that they got some, and there's, you know, a few different types of fantastic ones they have. They sent me a link for it, so we'll be getting a pair. The difference, I just paint normal without using any magnifying, you know, lenses or anything like that. And I'm happy with what I do. But if I can have a piece of equipment that's going to give me an edge on what I do, why not? Even if I look silly doing it, you guys are not going to see what I look like, you know. So I will be getting a pair from the link that was sent to me by my viewer, and I will be getting a pair, and I'll probably use them a few times to hang of them. I know just sit in your face, but it's looking at what you're doing and getting hand-eye coordination, and then I'll probably review it and probably put a link up for everyone else to have a look at. Because if I can do something that's going to give me an edge on what I do, or make things easier for me, why not? Because I hate painting eyes, as you guys know. Okay. I saw on your castigators on your last battle report, but they weren't the right models. Is it okay to proxy models? It is, but there's two things to bear in mind. The first one is you have to tell your opponent beforehand. Okay, now with the castigator, the models I was using for castigators in the last battle report, the top half is part of the castigator's battle cannon tank. The bottom half is a rhino. Now, I did print the, you know, bottom half of the castigator slightly different, but I think the one's 10 mils smaller than it should be, and the other's 12 mils shorter, so smaller, something like that. The reason I've done that is so I can use them in game, decide whether I like them or not, and then spend the 64 euros to buy a castigator. And I do like them; they are good. I'm not disappointed with any of the sisters' rules or, you know, models or anything like that. So I will be getting a castigator, but for now, I'm just going to use it, you know, that sort of thing. Same as I was talking about indirect fire in that video, and someone mentioned the organ, I can't remember what it's called now, but it's got the organ, pipe organs on the back. That has indirect fire, and I think I have an STL for that, just the organs on the back, which if I do, I could print that and just use that as a proxy, just to, you know, see how it works, and if I like it or not, then go and get the model. Now, the other thing to bear in mind when using proxy models is you can't put a Space Marine, Assault Marine on the table, Assault Intercessor, and say that's an Assault Terminator squad. But you can do things like this hero is going to be this game. Like a few times I've played against Mark, and he used, say, Regular Blackmane as a Blood Angel character. You know, it would be a captain or whatever it is, you know, captain or lieutenant or whatever it is, or a named character. That's fine, because he's told me this is what it's going to be for this game. That's fine. You know, that's the only other way you can. The only two ways for me that I think you can use proxy models. I'm not talking about alternative sculpts or models made from another company, and you're using them as, you know, assault terminators or lieutenants or captains or whatever. I'm not talking about that. I'm just about that, you know, it's going to be slightly different. This is the model, but I'm going to run it as this today. I have the Infernus Sergeant from the Combat Patrol magazine. It's like a bonus sergeant for those of you who didn't collect it, but it's an alternative sculpt. Yeah, and I'm actually going to put it on the bigger base and turn it into a lieutenant combat weapon, which makes more sense because I've got in my Infernus squads, so I don't need a single Infernus model to swap out. It just makes no sense. I have one model flying around the whole time then, so that means I can have 2 lieutenants with combat weapons. How do you have the will or passion to keep playing against Mark when he always wins? Every time I play against Mark, and he's a brilliant player, it always makes me a better player. And I enjoy playing, so whether I win, lose or draw, even though there's no draws anymore, even if I win or lose, it doesn't matter to me. I enjoy playing, I enjoy showing you guys the game. Yeah, so I don't lose heart, I don't lose passion. I just, okay, let's play. I always try and throw new lists at him. And for me, it's a knock-on circle. So if I put a list on the table that gives him a hard time and makes him do things, when he goes to the tournament, he's already done those things and learned from the game that we've played. So he does well, and that makes him a better player. In return, then that makes me a better player because next time we're playing, I'm learning more stuff from him. So if I went to have a game against someone else, I would probably, be an absolute pain in the arse to them because I'm used to playing on that level with him. There's another question there. There's a quick game that you had the other day. Have you ever come close to beating Mark, and with what army? Twice I've nearly beat him now, and actually both times with the Necrons. I can't remember what the first detachment was. I think it might have been both been the Star Shatter arsenal. This is the one where the vehicles get the assault keyword. So even the Silent King has the assault keyword. So that means they can advance and still shoot. And I think the one game I was tearing ahead, and this is when the secret missions were in play, and he got the secret mission to get his warlord in my deployment zone. He done that, and it just pushed the game out of my reach. And the other time I was doing so well, and then his last turn he just took everything out that I had left. I was like, oh, so that's the 2 times I've come really close, both times with Necrons, and I think it might be both of them were just Soul Shatter arsenal, which is nice. But I think Necrons needs to go on the table again soon. There is no game this week because I'm only available Thursday, Friday, and Mark's not available the whole week. So, and this happens sometimes. We might have 2 weeks where it's like this, where our schedules don't line up, and then we could have a game every week for the next 3 months. It depends on work and everything else. So there's all the questions I have for this week. I'm going to bring you down and show you the vote for the Monday's painting video. If you didn't see last Monday's painting video, it was the Orc Death Dread. Very, very simple model to paint. Absolutely loved it. The silver to start off with lead belcher has really made it such a simple model to do and to get on with. Now, the way the vote works is I'll show you a host of models, and you guys comment on this video to tell me what you vote for Monday's painting video. In the event of a tie, I do a dice roll. Now, even though Orcs won the dice roll Monday, the Deathcopters are still in the vote because they're going to be in the vote for another today and then next week. And then if they're not painted, then they'll be out of the vote, rotating to something else. Because all new Let's Builds I put on the channel will stay in the vote for three weekly Wednesdays at least. So you can comment on this video what you want to vote for Monday's painting video. You can vote for whatever you want, but don't say I vote for everything because it won't count. But you can say I vote for any Space Marine or any Tyranid or any Orc or any Necron, that type of thing. There's also Army of the Month, which this month is Skaven at the moment. Some very old Skaven models there, which is nice. It's always nice to get your older models painted up, even if you don't use them ever again. they're still done painting. They can just be packed away and left there, you know. We also have a wild card. The wild card is you find out if it wins. You have a week, the wild card won, and it was these alternative sculpts for the Plague Beasts, which I actually printed to put into the game that I'm working on. And I said, you know what, I'll put 2 of these as Plague Beasts, just because I don't like the new plastic Plague Beast. To me, it looks too childish, too cartoonish. I prefer the old metal ones, the big slug. But these ones I thought are pretty cool, so I said I'll keep those on there. Or you can vote for Creator's Choice. Now, if you vote for Creator's Choice, or if nobody votes, Creator's Choice wins automatically. Excuse me. I get to choose what gets painted, and that's a very difficult choice because there's so much there that I want to get painted. Well, I want to paint everything. I want everything painted. I don't want nothing left to paint at all. At all. I want to be able to just have to go and get something to build and paint, and, you know, or build and then put into the vote. You know, that's the kind of way I want to be, and it's getting that way. It's getting close to that actually. It's nice. I'm struggling to rotate models out of the vote every week because I'm not getting that. I haven't got that many models to rotate in. Yeah, so I'm bringing down show you models. Now, if you don't know, if you can't get the correct spelling for something, don't panic, because just give me a brief description of what it is. Okay, it's not a problem. Yeah, there's some nice ones in there this week. Now, of course, the fantasy ones are still there because they're going to stay there until they get voted on and they get painted. Anyways, I'll bring you down, show you the vote, and what you do is you comment on this video to tell me what you vote for. And I look at the vote. I look at the comments on Saturday, about midday-ish, and then I start prepping whatever it is. I start getting ready. So, I'm going to show you the vote. Right, so we have the Army of Democracy Skaven. All I have on the table at the moment is Plague Monks, which I think there's actually about 10 of these plastic ones still to build. I have a Warlord, sorry, 2 Skaven, they need to have Packmaster as well, Giselle, Warfire Thrower. We have Assault Terminators. I've left them in because they were voted on last week. With Assault Marines, Assault Intercessors. I don't think that's going to be an interesting paint job, but I don't know. I have the 2 Sisters, special characters. I have Kanda Betrayer. I have the Chaos Space Marine Legionaries. Lord Zemo, I think his name is. Marvel Crisis Protocol. I have Omega Red for Marvel Crisis Protocol. I have the Swooping Hawks. These are alternative sculpts. I have Minotaurs for Old Fantasy. I have the Champion of the Chapter, I think the model is. I have the Heavy Intercessors. I have the Wizards. I have the Old Fantasy Chaos Warriors, Malcolm Nurgle. There is different variations of that model. I have the, that's the Primaris, that's the, going to be the Lieutenant with the combo weapon. That's the Infernos Sergeant, the alternative sculpt. I have the Deathcopters. And I have the Carl for Leagues of Voltan. So, what's coming up this week? As there's no game, I'm going to get the League of Voltan guys built. I'm going to start them probably tomorrow. If I get them built quickly, well, I'm going to get them built. And try and get a couple of sneaky painting videos in this week. Be nice to do that. I don't know, I have no idea what I want to paint yet, but because I want to get everything done. But get a couple of painting videos in this week. I might even, as the votes come in, have a look what's not being voted on from that pile and just paint that. Maybe, I don't know yet. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. If you have any questions for me, chuck them below as always. If you don't want to chuck them below because you think there's going to be some sort of piss taking going on, there is no piss taking going on. Nothing like that happens. There is no silly questions. If you don't want to chuck them below because you're still not sure, go to Unique Wargaming Terrain Facebook page. There is a messenger button there. Click on that and you can message me directly. That's good for you if you do. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button because it costs you nothing. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything. Everyone smash the thumbs up button so it triggers YouTube, shares this video out more people, which makes this incredible community of you guys grow even more. If you want to support the channel even further, there is a join button below. You can click on that and become a member to the channel. There are different tiers with different perks. Guys, thanks for watching. Hit the buttons for me. Until next time, take it easy.